My journey actually started back in 2006 because I first arrived in South Africa from my hometown, Nigeria. I mean, it's always like the grass is greener on the other side, but that has not been the case. I came to South Africa to better my life, so to speak, and then I ended up in prison, having explored every aspect of life, explored with crime, and yeah, took me to prison. I was in prison. I was sentenced 2007, 2008 for fraud. Um, while I was in prison, I was actually finding myself. I was actually wanting to understand what life is for me, especially, and why is this journey of mine this beautiful. And in my quest for these findings, I came across a beautiful process called the responsible individual. I was introduced to me by a fellow inmate, a friend. So I began the process. It's quite unique what this process is. It's a process that is very different from whatever other person I've come across in prison. It's one that gives me the choice to choose for myself. One that doesn't force me to do things the way it wanted me to, but gives me an opportunity to journey with it as a travel mate on my journey to responsibility. So yeah, it began from 2008, and the rest they say is history, And in that journey, I was able to find out who I am not. I'm still finding out who I am because it's a lifelong process. But every day, every step I take, every breath I take, it reminds me of who that I am not. And the who that I am not is one that will not bring sadness and pain to the heart of another, because I've come to understand that we are one, and I'm not different from the other, because what I do to affect you, I also do to affect me inversely. Yeah, the responsible individual, what an amazing process. A process that begins with self-discovery, a process that begins with asking the questions. Why am I in this life? What am I doing here? What is my purpose on earth? And these questions are questions that just come up for you as one to travel with the responsible individual. And then it further asks you, what is responsibility to you, not to somebody else. It's amazing. And since 2008, till I came out from prison in 2010, I've been in the process till this moment. And when I came out from prison, I said, okay, Farouk, it's awesome. You've been able to go through the process. You've find out who you are not. You are in the process of finding out who you are. How can you give back to those that don't know? How can you journey with others as you have been journeying with on this journey of responsibility? So I said, I'll take this back to my community. I'll take this back to where it all started from. And here am I, guiding other ex-offenders, guiding other youth in the community. Not forcing them to travel the journey that I've traveled, but providing them the possibility of change, which is very possible because I'm a living testimony to that. And what power there is if we choose, life the way it should be chosen. And yeah, so today I can proudly say I know who I am, but I'm aware as well that there's huge possibility for me to even know more, because there's no limit. I can be more and more. So yeah, what else? Would I go back to crime? I've asked myself that question several times since I came out, because living without a job outside prison can be quite challenging, and can be quite tempting as well. But that's the power of being a responsible individual. There's always a choice to be made, and that choice also entails being responsible, understanding that it's okay not to have, and it's okay to go through not having as well. So going back to crime for me is a no, because that is not what I am. That is not who I am, And so would I also guide other people not to go back to crime or not to do crime? I would say I'll offer them the possibility to see that crime is not the way, because at the end of the day, it's a lost path in life, and like a boomerang. It comes back to you, you know. So how have I been able to guide others, to facilitate this process with others? I always say to myself, who else knows the journey better than one that has traveled the journey before? I've been on that part of life. I understand what it is to do crime. I understand what it is to be in prison. So when I speak of crime, I speak from a first-hand experience. When I speak of being a responsible individual, I speak from first-hand experience as well, because I've been part of two worlds. Like a book I read, I said two roads diverge in a wood, and I chose the one that is less traveled, and that has made all the difference. So this journey I've taken has made all the difference in my life. Today I can smile deeply. Today I can love unconditionally. Today I understand that when I hurt you, I hurt myself. When I bring love to you, I bring love to myself unconditionally as well. It's very beautiful what I've gathered along the way.